What I'll do right here is just take you all on a few little very brief journeys of what I saw on different reporting trips. This is a picture of the Chihuahuan Desert grasslands. And you can see that there's a lot of bare soil and it just doesn't really look very wonderful. What brought me to that area is that I learned that there were ranchers who were working with bird conservation organizations to create a biological corridor to create habitat for endangered grassland birds. So here's another example. Here I am with my host Alejandro and his daughter Daniela, and they're showing me a typical site of erosion, that kind of canyon-ish, gulch. That's typical erosion. The land is really bare. Now, this might not look like much, but when you go out in the field enough, you start to get really excited by stuff like this. This is how it begins to happen. This is how restoration happens. So this is an area where the cattle had been, and where the cattle had left their hoof prints. You see that the grasses have, okay, so their hoof prints, their feet created an area for rain when the rain comes to kind of pool. And also they pressed in seeds and they pressed in other decaying matter. And that makes it possible for perennial grasses to come up. All right, so this is an example of you saw some land that looked really bare and desert-like, well, desertified, and this is land where they have been running livestock, managing it holistically. Now this is very exciting, okay? These are sable antelope. And I knew, all right, I have to admit that I had been writing about holistic planned grazing and Alan Savory's work, and it all made sense to me, but I hadn't seen it myself. So there was a teeny part of me that was thinking, oh my gosh, what if it isn't as good as I think it is and have been saying it is? But this is what convinced me more than anything else. Now I'm in North Dakota. I can do this really quickly. This is land belonging to a farmer named Gene Govin who farms for biodiversity. That's what his focus is. The reason I picked this slide is that his land is adjacent to land belonging to the Audubon organization, the Audubon Society. And birders come to his land because they have about more than 210 different bird species. So that's where they find them. Okay, this is another example of restoration. This is what it looked like in 1995, and this is what it looked like in 2009. Wars and geopolitics are one thing, but the thing that really matters, that underlies all of it, is ecosystem health. This is Gabe Brown. He has become kind of a folk hero. Here he is he's also in North Dakota with corn that's growing as high as corn can possibly grow. About 2,000 people come to visit his farm. He has been a popularizer of cocktail cover crops, which is bringing biodiversity into the farmland through combinations of cover crops that bring synergies of processes in the soil. All right, that's all. Thank you so much.